reminds us there are only 35 days until the puck drops on the new NHL season. Rogers NHL ambassador is Hall of Famer and 6-time Stanley Cup champ Mark the Moose Messier, who joins us this morning. Looking so awesome.
Well, I got my uniform on.
Yeah, you're like you and Strombo.
This is my new uniform.
You'll be twins too, just like Kevin and Brad.
That's okay. I'll look up to it.
So look, we already know what Drake brought to the Raptors in terms of being an ambassador. Are you going to be doing, what is your, I know you can't say much. There's a big announcement coming at 10 a.m. that's embargoed.
Big announcement at 10 a.m.
You got to give us a little something. What does this mean, an ambassador to the NHL?
Well, first of all, I think I got the best job in the world because I can wake up every day and tell Canadians how they're going to be able to watch more hockey in more different ways on their tablets, phones, and different offerings. And we know where all the internet has gone and the craziness that the World Cup brought to Canadians. 5.5 million people watching the World Cup on their tablets and phones and computers. So Rogers
Sports watching, you're right, is bigger than ever and more accessible
bigger than ever, more accessible, and we got some great, unbelievable offerings coming, and we'll explain that today at 10 o'clock.
That's all you can tell us?
Well, I think that's a lot.
How has the game changed, aside from what you just said through social media? I mean, your dad is such a well-known coach, well into his 70s.
Yeah.
You talk about your kids and your son coaching now. What do you notice that stayed the same, and how has it transitioned? How has it changed?
Well, I think there's been a lot of changes, but there's also some things that have always stayed the same, and I think it's the pure passion and the fun in the sport. And I think as coaches coaching kids, sometimes we get mixed up with the terms that we are coaches instead of teachers at the young level there. And my father was always instrumental in really mentoring these young kids, boys and girls at an early age, and making sure that they love the game and have the passion for the game. And it's critical. I think we're all trying to sometimes fast track all the kids, and sports is not about that at that early of an age. Maybe later on, but making sure they have a passion and love for the game is a priority.
So well said, and that's why you're the best ambassador. You have so much heart. 6 Stanley Cup titles. I mean, the word legend gets thrown around all the time, but you truly are one. You have the Midas touch, and you're celebrating 2 milestone anniversaries this year. The 30th anniversary win of the Oilers, the 20th anniversary win with the Rangers. How will you celebrate and be an ambassador at the same time?
Well, it never really kind of gets old celebrating any win and championship. And of course, 30 years ago, who would have ever thought in 1984 the Oilers would have won the Stanley Cup? And there we were, 94 with the Rangers. And bringing back those memories and getting the guys back together again is something that never gets old. And I think for the fans in Edmonton to reminisce and to be able to see the fellas again after 30 years is incredible. And of course, same thing in New York, 20 years ago now, or last spring. So hockey in a way is so embedded and passionate in so many people, and I think that's why this job for me is not a job. It's an opportunity to talk about more ways that Canadians can get involved in hockey there, and that's why it's such a passion.
Talk about amazing team coverage. I cannot wait to see what you're going to bring. We're going to have all the updates from today's 10 a.m. announcement for you tomorrow. So thank you so much. I hope we're going to see a lot more of you here on our show as well. You're loved by all.
Thank you very much.
Good.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Mark Messier on Twitter. Now, the problem we have is last time you were in, I noticed you had 0 tweets.
Yep.
You had you're you're not following anybody. But a lot of people are.
All that's changing.
You told me you were going to tweet something.
All that's. You're going to be my first tweet.
You said that last time, Mark. So what's going to happen? I'm calling you out on this. What are you blaming it on? Like a moose knuckle? What's going on?
No,
like, why can you type?
No, I can type. I'm a good typer. In high school, I used to be able to type 40 words a minute.
Promise me you're going to send a tweet out. Are you going to send a tweet out?
I will send more than 1 tweet out.
Okay, we look forward to seeing more. Right now, we're going to throw things over to Brad Smith, Entertainment City. Over to you, buddy.